been using the Vivo XL4 for about 7 months now, and my overall experience with this thing has been really solid. It has a 4000 milliamp hour battery, 32 gigabytes of internal storage with micro SD expansion. You also do get a 6.2 inch 720 by 1500 or between 15 and 1520 pixels. You get the 13 megapixel camera with a 13 on the front. You also do get the MediaTek Helio P22 octa-core with a it's clocked in at 2000 megahertz per second, which is really crazy. Fingerprint sensor is lightweight and it's made of metal. It also has LTE with dual bands. You can see I'm definitely getting an update on this thing, and it's gonna be updated to June by the end of the update. We're also getting pixel density of 271 ppi IPS LCD capacitive touchscreen. Has 80% body to ratio. Also, it does have a proximity sensor and a ambient light sensor. You can make the flash be your notification light, which is definitely pretty cool, and this thing has a lot of cool features in it, and it's definitely up there when it comes to features. You also see it does have this 300 megabytes data speed with the LTE Cat 7 high speed connection, which I definitely noticed the difference with. So this thing is packing a lot of features with just like phones like the LG Stylo 4, but at the price that you're getting this thing for, it's actually it's like a steal, because this thing performs really good, especially after this update that I was getting. And make sure you guys stay locked in, because I'm going to show you the performance that this thing had after the update and before the update. So basically I'm just going to show you how it's been holding up over the last 7 months or so. It also comes in a gold color, which is definitely pretty cool, and it has a wide angle, which kind of looks like a panorama, because you have to kind of move the camera around when you're doing a selfie wide angle to capture everybody in the image, which is pretty cool. Just a nice little feature to have. It also has a ton of features baked inside of the settings. You can see it has a headphone jack, the notch at the top, which actually resembles the iPhone. You can see it unlocks right when it's being unbooted, which I did actually set it up to do. You also do get 8.1 like .2 Oreo. You can see right here, it's really smooth performance on this thing. It's not going to be like a flagship, but when I was playing games and stuff like that, what I did notice was that the graphics and everything like that just flowed really smooth. It had like a really nice rendering processing in the background, and you could just tell that this thing was performing really nicely. Also, I noticed that even though it was made of metal, it didn't like warm up a ton. It was just like it stayed to the same level of heat, and it didn't dissipate that much heat in my hand, which you could feel the radiation sometimes on some of the phones, and it's like kind of dangerous. But this one, it didn't have that feeling. It definitely felt smooth most of the time. You could see an occasional hiccup when it was loading, but once everything was loaded up in the background, everything was just working pretty smooth and everything like that. So the speaker system on this thing was actually really loud too, so you couldn't complain about that at all. And I didn't have any belly aches about it. It had OTA sync as well as GPS, and the 5 gigahertz network works super fast on this thing. So that was another cool thing. Also, social media. I was on Twitter, half the time, just checking out what my friends and other peers were doing on, social media and stuff like that. But this thing definitely felt good in the hand, had a nice feel in the hand. It wasn't like super heavy or anything like that, but I definitely like the performance of this device from day to day. I'll probably be using this thing for about another 2 to 3 weeks, just because how good it was when I was using it in this review. But you can see it did have a ton of features, such as auto scene mode, and this emoji con thing where you can actually set up different emojis, and it also has some really cool features baked in the camera, as well as that wide angle I was talking about. And then you also could set up portrait shots and night shots, which was definitely pretty cool for a phone that offered so many features for just under $150. I could say this thing was definitely going to be a steal in the entry and budget, even like high mid-range department. But gaming on here was really smooth. Like I said, It was just this thing ran really cool. You know what I mean? Like in my room, it must have been like 90 degrees right here in my room, and I thought the phone was just gonna like start warming up and giving off a ton of heat. But I was surprised because I was just putting this thing through the paces and just playing games back to back, and I was checking the battery performance and everything like that. And what I did notice was that it didn't like really get too hot and everything like that. So I definitely did appreciate that part about it. So that was really cool. And then when you go down to the notification right here, you can see that they just had like all these features built in: calculator, flashlight, everything was just built in. Also, the update did actually fix the performance when you were playing PUBG, and I noticed that the rendering, graphics performance, and processing just got a whole lot better on this device after this update. Check out my unboxing. You can see my initial impressions, and right now it was just a joy to use. It's probably up there with some of the devices that I've ever tested when it came to gaming in the entry-level department. It was just, this is like a really good phone for gaming if you're like into that. But all I could say was that if you were looking to get a nice budget phone, and it was definitely on June update right now, but honestly it was getting updates and stuff like that, so I definitely thought that was pretty cool. So I gotta say, after 7 months of using this thing, the fluidity, the speed, even though it was a mid-range entry-level device, it was definitely pretty cool. I opened up the charger because I already had a Blu device with the same exact charger, so I wanted to use the one that came out of the box to do a quick charging test. And what I noticed was that I was at 55%, and after 10 minutes of time, or actually 12 minutes, it raised up after 15 minutes it raised up 10%. And then after another 15 minutes, basically a whole half an hour, it raised up 20%. So every half an hour it raises up like 20% or so. So that's actually pretty quick speed. That's not too bad at all. You also do get like a whole bunch of options baked in the settings for when you want to take advantage of some like special features. You could also change the nav bar, make it swipe gesture based, or just put the buttons there, or do it old school. But it's your boy Serrano. If you found this video helpful in any way possible, make sure you hit the like button. I definitely appreciate every last one of you. You guys are the real MVPs, and definitely stay locked in for more videos just like this. I couldn't do these videos without you. You guys mean the world, and make sure you stay locked in for more videos. But in the meantime, make sure you have a great morning, afternoon, evening, and depending on where you are, have a great night. Later, crew. Peace.